The earliest use of glue can be attributed to the Neanderthals, who made it from animal parts. Although the raw materials used today are not much different from those in the past, the process has become much more streamlined to cater to global demand. It is estimated that the average American uses 18.2 kilograms of glue per year. So, how is glue made? Animal glue is primarily made from collagen, a protein found in the connective tissues and bones of animals. The most common sources are animal hides, such as those from cattle or horses, but bones, tendons, and other parts can also be used. These raw materials can be obtained from various sources, including farms, tanneries, and meatpacking companies. Notably, the world's largest glue manufacturer, Borden Company, is a dairy company. For fish glue, the raw materials include the bones, scales, heads, and skins of fish, sourced from canneries and other processing plants. Although the raw materials for animal and fish glue differ, the manufacturing processes are largely the same, with only minor variations between the two. Once factories procure the raw materials, they prepare them for processing. The hides and other animal remains are washed to remove dirt and impurities, then submerged in water to soften. This softened material, called stock, is passed through a series of water baths where increasing amounts of lime are added, causing the hides and skins to swell and break down into collagen. The swollen hides are rinsed in large washing machines to remove the lime, though trace quantities remain. These are eliminated by treating the stock with weak acids, such as acetic or hydrochloric acid, in a process known as neutralization, which was discovered by chemists in the 19th century. Once lime is completely removed, the stock is cooked, either by boiling in open tanks or cooking under pressure in autoclaves. Cooking at the correct temperature and duration breaks down the collagen into gelatin or glue. If the temperature or timing is incorrect, the glue's quality will be compromised. Large steam coils in the open tanks heat the water and product to around 160 degrees Fahrenheit, 70 degrees Celsius, with 3 or 4 treatments at increasing temperatures. The resulting liquid, called glue liquor, is reheated to thicken the glue. When cooled, the glue resembles a jelly-like substance, but still contains many impurities, which need to be removed chemically or mechanically. For chemical removal, alum or acid, followed by egg albumin, may be added, causing impurities to precipitate out, leaving pure glue behind. Once the impurities are removed, the glue liquor can be used to make various adhesives. Adding sulfurous acid, phosphoric acid, or alum can produce brown, clear, or white glue. For white school glue, zinc oxide is added. At this stage, the glue is a weak, runny liquid. Its concentration is increased using vacuum evaporators and drying through various methods. The glue can be chilled into sheets or blocks, then dried further and suspended on nets to become more concentrated. Finally, it is poured into different tubes, containers, and sticks for commercial use. Glue manufacturers carefully monitor each stage of the process to ensure quality, as precise temperature and pressure are crucial to avoid wasting large quantities of stock. Safety and sanitation are also critical because the main raw material is animal or fish parts, which can easily become contaminated. To mitigate these risks and reduce transportation costs, glue factories are located close to their raw material sources. The applications of glue have evolved significantly since ancient times. Experts predict that adhesives will increasingly replace traditional fastening methods in the coming years, possibly even for medical uses such as wound closure. If you like this video and want to see more, check out our other videos.